Hey everybody, good afternoon, or good evening, or whatever it is for ya. Hope everybody's well today. It's MJ and I.
Hi everybody.
We are on submissions today. Number one mission was to do a little bit of outreach today. Yes, I know that I'm not technically doing all that right now with the nonprofit, and I'm not, but MJ has her case over in Sheridan that we're working on. I'm definitely going to make sure that MJ gets some community service time in. And we've got a mom out of state, clear across the country, in fact, that's really concerned about her son. She was texting me because I'm literally her only point of contact to try to find her son, who she hasn't heard from in 3 months. So we're going to be going and doing some outreach and making contact with him. How is everybody? Hey Irish, hey Bokomo. Thanks for being in here. Ivan, what's going on? Lou, how's it going? Glenwood City, hey. But for starters, we're railroaded. We're over here at the Englewood PD right now. Yeah, because get this. Imagine, if you will, I get in my car. I'm driving down Broadway. I get into Englewood to go pick up my friend MJ. And I see all kinds of Englewood cops in the parking lot at a Walgreens. I see a camper in the middle of the parking lot. I see a truck where the cops are surrounding this truck. Blah, blah, blah. Long story short, I pull over. And I have the most ridiculous, but highly entertaining, of course, interaction with one of their dumbass cops by the name of Gifford, whose badge number is 2203. So he's a fairly new cop over here. Or at least he's new to me. I haven't been paying much attention to the roster of cops over here. So I do my thing. I get out of the car. I assess the situation. I decide if I'm going to go live or static. I decide to go static because I see a woman in a truck with small children crying hysterically. So I stand on the sidewalk for, a good 15-20 minutes. And then all of a sudden, some guy in a truck decides to interject himself in his vehicle, drives right into the middle of this scene that the cops have set up in the parking lot, and starts engaging with one of the cops. Next thing you know, they're fist bumping, the cops telling him the story, and the guy's pointing at me and running their mouths, blah, blah, blah. So I step forward into the parking lot as well, and I say to one of the cops, Gifford, who's standing there with his hands in his pocket at the time, so, hey, you guys are having interaction with the rest of the public. I'd like to have interaction with you too. Are you helping them? And his response to me was, yeah. I said, okay. How are you helping them? We're taking them to the walk-in clinic. Okay, that could mean a variety of things. I said, oh, okay. And he said, what are you doing? I said, recording you. And this dumbass just couldn't help himself. He decided to launch about how sickening it was, what I was doing, how sick it was. Yeah. So as you can imagine, things went from there. There were small children involved. The small children became involved in yelling at me as well, as the mother was yelling at me, and as Gifford was laughing, and escalating it with them and encouraging the little kids to keep talking shit to me. It was really fascinating.
It's ugly.
Yeah. I've got 40 minutes of this interaction, a static video, but we're going to come over here and file a complaint.
Yep.
Because that's what Regan does. It'll probably go nowhere, but we like to show the public how these things unfold. So I have the video here on my phone, and it was interesting because I'm pretty sure I identified one of the commanders over there, or lieutenants, or whatever he is over here, Claire, and he was sitting in his vehicle the whole time. Here's ultimately what happened. There was another cop over there, and he did a really good job. After he tried to tell me to get back up on the sidewalk, way, way, way away from them, and I informed him that he was perfectly safe where he was and that he was making an attempt to interfere with my recording, he quickly changed his tune and became very astute, if you will. His badge number is 2304. We have his card here. And he's actually going to get a commendation today because he ultimately explained to me what was going on after I said to him, you know, that's all you guys had to do was explain that way. And I probably would have been back up on the sidewalk. Pretty simple. Ultimately, these two were having a little domestic disturbance, I guess. The plates on the vehicle were from Texas. There were 3 small children, 2 babies, and the kid that was talking shit to me. This little boy couldn't have been 7 or 8 years old. I mean, it was wild. It was very interesting. And I guarantee you, I'm willing to bet my life on it. The reason the guy didn't go to jail is because I showed up. Because he was cuffed in the back of a car. Command staff was out there, obviously making some decisions. He saw me. He chatted with his officers and took off. And then his officers proceeded to act a fool. So ultimately, the camper in the parking lot wasn't theirs. I probably could have helped her a little bit if there was a concern for those kids not having anywhere to go. The cops said they separated the 2 of them. I watched and filmed the whole thing. The guy ultimately got out of the cop car, got in his truck, and left. And the cops took the woman and the woman and all the children and loaded them in the cop vehicles. This stupid cop Gifford puts a baby, an infant, in a car seat in a running police vehicle with me standing fairly close to it. I guarantee you it was unlocked. Puts this baby in this running vehicle with all the windows up. It's screaming bloody murder as the cops are clear across the parking lot trying to deal with the mother and the kids. And I'm standing next to this cop car and this baby is screaming bloody murder in a running vehicle. Ay. It's all on camera.
Oh, you could have jumped in that vehicle and took off with that kid.
Thank you. And so I pointed that out to Gifford, the dumbass, and he continued to talk shit to me because he thought that was really going to do him some solids.
Talking shit because he knew he was an idiot. And he got busted in his idiocy.
And idiots just double down.
Yep.
Especially when they're badge-wearing little fucking thug-ass punks.
And they can all get all bad.
So remember that name. I'm going to make some shorts. We're going to highlight Gifford. We're going to make sure the community knows that this cop is, you know, he's real helpful in escalating situations. And he really thought he was doing good by this mother because she was cheering him on and chewing me out, right? This woman had no idea how I could help her. She started yelling at me right away when I started filming from the sidewalk. People are just, they just don't think. The dude that was in cuffs, however, he didn't say a word to me. He knew. He got to sit in that car and watch me interact with those cops. He knew what was up. That dude got in his truck and left. He didn't say a word to me. So this wasn't about Regan going and exploiting some small children out in public. It was for their own safety. And the guy knew it. The guy frickin' knew it. And I could bet my life on it. He didn't go to jail because I was there recording. Because he was already in cuffs in the back of the car. So there you go. Cliff, thank you very much for that super chat. So let's go inside and file this complaint. And then MJ and I have to go over to the Civic Center to do some business over there. So we're just going to kind of keep this stream going. We'll see how things unfold today. It's kind of a nice day. I love hanging with MJ. We've always got great stuff to talk about and catch up on. And things are going really good for her. And she continues to be housed and plagued with this case over in Sheridan for getting items out of the dumpster over at the Below 5 store that she didn't even know was in Sheridan. So she's got a $240 fine, all these hours of community service. She's got to take some online classes, come up with all this money, because as we know, Judge 88-year-old senile diaper-wearing guy over there in Sheridan's going to throw her ass in jail if she doesn't comply with all of these things, or she'll continue to have a warrant, like many other folks that live in homelessness in this area who can't get in front of the 8 ball because of Judge diaper-wearing Kimmel over in Sheridan. So let's head on in and see how this is going to go. They probably won't have anybody to talk to me. They'll probably come out and say some stupid shit. I don't know. Who knows? You never know. Let's go find out. It's a little chilly out here. We're supposed to have a storm moving in. That was another reason we need to go out and make contact with this guy whose mom is worried about him. I just want to make sure he's got heat, and if he doesn't, and he doesn't want to call his mom to check in with her, I at least want to give him one of the little buddy heaters that a friend and supporter of this channel and the nonprofit sent to the nonprofit. What, hon? No, I think it's supposed to snow down here. But I thought it was already supposed to be happening, so I don't know.
Say tonight.
Tonight? So it's going to get really cold tonight. The wind's already blowing. Yeah, this wind chill is chilly. I've also got some more interesting reports on Englewood and the things that are going on. You're going to be seeing more of this coming from me. I've been watching court cases over with Judge Jefferson, and MJ has some thoughts she's going to deliver to City Council next week, so we'll be doing that. I have some thoughts I'm going to deliver. There's some pretty questionable municipal ordinance shit going on over here with trying to make sure they criminalize the homeless in wicked fashion again. Here's the fee schedule. Public information, come on, zoom on in there. No personal checks. Must provide a government-issued ID. Police reports, $5 per report. For public information, you must, here in Englewood, long story short, do you remember Englewood accepting my Sam's Club card because it had a photo? It was a photo ID, or they wouldn't release records. So if you live homeless, or you don't have an ID, or whatever your situation may be, or you just choose to exercise your rights and you don't want to give up your ID for public information, Englewood here will just tell you no. Kick rocks.
Child's fingerprint kits, $5 per, including fingerprint.
Hi there. Is there anybody from command staff available? I need to make a complaint.
I'm not sure who's on currently. If you want to ask dispatch, they can tell you probably.
I have to go through dispatch to do that?
That's the easiest way. They're the ones that have direct contact with them. Otherwise, I'd be probably running around looking for them unless you want some specific.
Well, actually, is Leclerc here?
I can go back there and see.
Yeah, that'd be great. I'd like to file my complaint with him.
Okay, give me 1 second.
Thanks. So let's pull up this video.
Oh, excuse me. Are you sleepy?
So here's the scene. So here's what's going on in the Walgreens parking lot. I think Leclerc is in this car here. There's an RV over here. There's a guy panhandling across the street screaming at the top of his lungs. The guy's cuffed back here in the car. You can see I'm standing on the sidewalk for quite a while. Here's Gifford. Coming over here to the woman in the truck with the children. Makes a bunch of phone calls. LeClaire leaves in this process. It's not zooming in very good. So here's the other cop. He actually ends up being the brains of the two. Murray. So they start moving car seats and stuff. Hi.
Right, so he's currently in a meeting, but
He's in a meeting.
PSB can probably take your complaint while he's busy. Just give Ed a call and he might be able to help you out.
Well, I want to file it in person, so
You might be able to, you might be in the building, so you might be able just to say like, hey, I'm in the lobby, can you come down?
so call Ed on the phone.
Yeah.
Ed Disner.
Yeah, he's our director of PSB, so.
He's what does PSB stand for?
Professional Standards Bureau.
Professional Standards Bureau. Got it. All right, well, let's call Ed. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Let's call Ed.
I wonder if we could call Better Business Bureau.
It's a different process every time we come in here, right?
Yeah.
So, I'm guessing Ed's not going to answer his phone. Any bets on that?
Probably not. Surprised if he does.
Sergeant Disner.
Hi, Sergeant Disner. Are you in the building? Can you come to the lobby and take a
Hello?
complaint? Sorry about that. I should have taken the mute button off. Are you in the building? Is it possible for you to come take a complaint? In the lobby?
Downstairs?
Yep.
I can have someone go down there. What's it for?
Well, it's for a citizen complaint. And the ladies here, the nice ladies at the window, gave me your phone number and said to call you
Because the other guy said
to see if
Do you
you
know
could.
who it is?
he
Do I know
Down
who?
there?
There's nobody down here. The ladies behind the window
He
went to
said-
ask if LeClaire was available because I wanted to actually file it with LeClaire, but he's in a meeting. So she wrote down your phone number for me and said to just give you a call and see if you could.
Leclerc
be of
said-
service.
Leclerc said he might come and be able to come.
Oh,
and call.
LeClaire gave them the number.
Okay. And so someone's down in the lobby that wants to talk to me? Is that what
Yeah, it's
you're
me.
saying?
It's me. I want to file a complaint. My name is Regan.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll have someone come and talk to you.
Well, could it just be you since you're the sergeant of IA?
I have investigators that come down and talk to people. Yeah.
Okay, please send a very smart one.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Okay, well, he answered his phone, so that was good. We'll see how this goes. So anyway, let's get back to this video. Oh, come on, it starts over every time. So, it's really long. I want to get to the best part. I completely film in silence up until this point. So we see this guy in a truck driving up, talking to the cops, right in the middle of the scene, right?
Since it's okay for other bystanders to be in here, I want to be in here too. Are you helping them?
Yes. I'm going to the walking clinic. What are you doing?
Filming you?
That's pretty nasty when people are going through such a traumatic situation
You
as
think
you.
I give a fuck what you
Alright.
think?
Thank you, ma'am.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
He told me what I was doing. He turned around again to tell me what I was doing was pretty sick. You hear
Okay,
that-
I won't, as long
You
as
hear
you're
that little
helping
kid?
you.
Yep.
Way to escalate stuff, dumbass. Yeah. Uh-huh.
So you can't hear him,
That's pretty nasty.
but he's telling this little kid,
You want my definition of nasty?
don't worry.
What are you doing to this family? Helping them?
This kid is ridiculous.
Yeah? But not what you're doing, huh? Sure you are. Sure you are. By disrupting their lives?
Hear the kid telling me, get a life. So a little bit of time goes by here. Gifford's not sure what to do with himself. Sorry.
Super nasty recording the actions of the police, isn't it, Gifford?
He told the little boy again how nasty I was. Hear that little kid? Come on. This is terrible focus. Sorry, you guys. So Amanda, this video that I'm showing is a static video of an interaction I just had.
I don't want to be on camera. Just get out of here, lady. No one wants you here.
Hear that little kid? Mind you, I still don't know what's going on.
I'll record you much time.
Gifford could have.
That is a minor. Don't record me. And it's clearly a police situation.
You're in public.
And so you're going to record a child going through something? Why?
Yeah, because I can.
You are a psycho.
Okay.
You're an idiot.
All because of him, continuing to tell them that what I was doing was sick. Yeah, that's a little kid telling me off. Gifford had the opportunity to explain what was going on, like the other cop had already explained to that guy in the truck what was
Keep
going
running your
on.
mouth, Gifford. Keep running your mouth, you idiot. Keep running your mouth, you idiot. Always trust the police when they disrupt your life.
I'm sorry. I'm pretty sure he came and saved us in
I'm-
this situation. So you're wrong.
Okay.
You weren't even here 20 minutes ago when this happened.
Yeah?
We could have been seriously hurt. You're just someone for no reason who wants to get fame and all that. Just get a life.
He's telling the kid to say that.
He was egging the kid on.
You should have done a better job explaining the situation then if you're here to be such a helper, Gifford.
Maybe you should have done a better job. It's not your business.
It actually is. I'm in public.
But this isn't your business.
Yeah, it is. The cops are everybody's business.
You're wasting your time.
In the beginning of the video, this woman, she started yelling at me.
It's too bad you didn't explain to him I could help him more than you could, huh?
Have a job and you make $0. How could you help us? What do you do?
Well, if you'd have given me that chance to explain, I could have done that.
You did not come up to
No,
me.
I didn't. I didn't. But this guy did, and he escalated stuff right off the bat.
So they're sitting in their office right now watching this video instead of coming down here and taking my complaint. The one thing I can't figure out is if.
Good job, buddy. Way to really
Do you see a
serve
body
the
cam
public.
on him?
Wait, it really served you?
Yeah, so he's got his.
Matt, you're a little close. Okay.
Listen.
You're fine on the sidewalk. You're kind of interfering with it.
Well, you had interaction with another bystander, so you should probably just do your job and leave at this point.
We're doing our job.
Okay, then leave.
Well, we have to complete what we're doing
Okay,
first. And then
well
we'll
then do it.
Okay, but you're a little close. Though.
Okay, well, there you go.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, you bet.
3 steps back.
I just took 2 steps. He wanted me to go clear back on the sidewalk now. No, not now. I'm more than 10 feet away.
Don't get too close to me. Don't interfere with my right to record you.
No, you do have the right to record it, but you have to be a safe distance, right?
And
I
we
have to
are.
maintain
We're
my
safe.
safety.
We're both
It's a little
perfectly safe.
close.
We're both perfectly safe. It's Murray.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Sorry, you said that was pretty good.
Okay, so then he goes on. So then this little kid starts talking smack again. And he just tells the kid, it's okay, you don't need to do that. She has a right to be there and record.
Where the other guy was fucking naked.
Yeah, and the other
how
guy,
do you say it?
Gifford is just egging it on. So anyway, we're still waiting for them to come down here and take a complaint.
Oh, no.
Tell
But-
little kids that I did this to get a reaction. Give us a reaction, you fucking moron. Give us a reaction, you fucking idiot.
Stop filming kids.
Give us a reaction, you fucking moron.
You're not
Come
even
on,
filming a
react.
kid.
Nope.
You tell a little child that you're acting like a child, and then you want to call me out?
It's just.
You're a fucking idiot. You're a
what they do.
fucking tool, and I'll put you all
Yeah,
over the fucking
so-
internet.
Come take this complaint. They're probably drafting a warrant for me right now for interference. Right? Watch. So he continues to run his mouth for. But look, so things never go good when I come in here, so we're not going to be giving them a whole bunch of time because they play this game all the time. So I'm going to go use the restroom real quick. If you would just, hey, how are you? Happy New Year. Thank you. Yeah, so the good cop ends up being Murray, the smart cop. He ultimately takes the time to come back and explain to me what's going on. After I explained to him how I could potentially have helped these people if they were in a situation where they had nowhere to go, right? Because still up until that point, I'm thinking they're towing their camper and the dude's going to jail on a warrant, right? So I tell this Murray that. I tell him that. And he's like, no, that's not what's going on. They had an issue, they're separated, and we're just helping them each get on their way. Perfect.
Right? Why couldn't they
Yeah,
just
perfect.
get him?
If Gifford would have said that right away, I would have stepped right back on that sidewalk. But right as before I hit record, the woman, she was screaming at me out the chat, really? Really? So it kind of makes me wonder who may have been the aggressor in their disturbance,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't want to minimize.
Most 99% of the time, if a woman is doing that, she is the one that started the argument in the first place and made it escalate.
So I'm just saying, if she would have been smart, maybe she was acting because she had guilt in the situation, correct? But my immediate concern was that those cops weren't taking her man and leaving that woman and those children in that truck
Right.
if they were
Yeah,
living
let it go.
homeless in
Yeah.
that camper.
Right?
But ultimately, the camper had nothing to do with the call, I was told by Murray. And the cops loaded her up with the kids and took him, or let him go, and that was his truck, so they let him go off in his truck. So I don't know if that guy was the children's father. I mean, I don't know any of that, whatever. But the dude didn't say a word to me or towards me. He was cordial with the cops, took his stuff. They took his stuff out of an evidence bag. So I guarantee you they were going to arrest him. And command staff was there. They saw that I was recording. They didn't want that arrest being broadcast. So, I mean, I'd like to give them more credit and say it was officer discretion and they made a good decision, but that's really never the case. So I'll be right back. Do you want to hang on or take this with you or whatever? Just, you could leave it too.
Hang on. I'm gonna hang on to you guys, okay? Just gonna go potty real quick. How's everybody? What is that news? Hi, how are you? I'm doing good. Hi. Hi, you guys, how are you? How's everybody? Same here. Same here. I agree. Being fed up with this stupid crap. It's just, it's childish. It's really childish the way that they act towards everybody and what they're doing. They say that they're here to help people. They're really not. They're just here to butt their nose into business and make us downgraded. It's just like when I got picked up and arrested, it was not the fact that they called me by name. They called me by a transient. I didn't even have a name. Happy New Year to you guys. Hope you guys had a good one too. I sat with my mom for New Year's. She got her new puppy, so she was excited and happy. He's a little Chihuahua, and he was born crippled. He has only 3 legs, but he's pretty cute. They are there to help themselves. Exactly, help themselves. Yep. That is true. That is definitely true. And every run-in that I've had, that's all it's been, is they help themselves. They don't help us. Half the time they don't help anybody. They help us, yeah, sure. They help us take us to jail. Or take our things.
Okay, well, they're obviously not, they're obviously not very serious about,
No, they're not.
taking my complaint. They're ultimately trying to figure out how to arrest me. Right?
Yeah, well, that's what I was just saying. They said that they're here to help themselves. You're darn right, they're here to help themselves. The only thing they're here to help us with is to arrest us. Or take our stuff.
Uh-huh. They are there to help themselves at our expense. Fucking fed up.
Mm-hmm.
Starla, how are you? Good to see you in here. Michael, Happy New Year. Hope this one is good for you, MJ. Sweet.
Yeah.
Free pass, Mexican free pass. Read my comment. I have some news to give you that might help you in Denver regarding the homeless. What good news is that? Snarky user. I think they just called a meeting in the professional standards office. Here comes somebody. Hi, are you here to take my complaint? Yeah. Okay, awesome. Sure. Do you have a card?
I'd have to run up and grab one. I
And
didn't
your
bring
name?
one with me. I'm Matthew.
Matthew, I'm
Yep.
Regan.
Nice to see you again. It's been a while.
Oh, I've seen you
Don't know
before?
if you remember me.
No, I don't.
Oh.
Are you,
Alright.
did we have a good
I
interaction?
apologize. I didn't even bring a pen with me.
Did we have a good interaction or a bad interaction?
It's been a couple years. I don't entirely
It's been a
remember.
couple years.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
so
did it.
here's today's situation.
Do you mind if I take notes on my phone? I forgot.
No, take notes on your phone, that's great. So I'm driving down Broadway at about 1 o'clock.
Today?
Yep,
Okay.
1-ish, yeah, because I'm coming to pick her up. And there's a whole gaggle of you in the Walgreens parking lot at Dartmouth and Broadway.
Okay.
So I legally park my vehicle
Thank you.
and I legally go across the street and I stand on the sidewalk and I start recording this interaction because I can do that. And pretty soon, about 10 to 15 minutes, you should just do an audio recording. It'd be easier.
That's fair point.
I mean,
Yeah.
About 10 minutes into this, of me just watching and recording, some man drives through the parking lot in his vehicle, and he starts having interaction with who?
Like, not an officer.
Not an officer,
Okay.
just some citizen in his vehicle with his dog, some older guy, and he starts talking to this Officer Murray
Okay.
in the parking lot. And they're just kind of, you know, looks very cordial, friendly conversation. They're fist bumping. They're just talking about what's going on. And
Okay. So
Officer-
being friendly with him.
yeah. So at that point, I thought I wanted to be as friendly as well. So I stepped forward, and the first officer I had interaction with was Gifford.
Okay.
And Gifford was just standing there. And I said to him, since you guys are having interaction with other bystanders, I'd like to have interaction with you as well. Are you helping them? Was my question to him.
Okay.
So there's something going on in the parking lot. I'm not sure what. There's an RV in the parking lot. There's a truck with a woman who's crying with small children in it. I actually decided not to live stream this interaction because I noticed that there were children involved.
Sure.
Right? So I've static recorded the whole interaction. And right away, the woman in the vehicle started yelling at me. You know, really? You really need to do that? You know, doing her thing. I just kind of put my hand up. I didn't say anything.
Okay.
But I still don't know what's going on when I approach Gifford. I do homeless outreach. I might be able to help these people,
Okay.
is what's going through my mind. I want to ensure that the guy they put in the back of their vehicle, who I knew was in handcuffs, wasn't this woman's husband, and he was going away on a warrant, and they were going to leave these small children with
Right,
nowhere
if
to
she
go.
needed help or something.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So Gifford says to me, yes, we're helping him. We're taking him to the walk-in clinic. And what are you doing? Is his response to me. And I said, well, I'm recording you. And he proceeds to launch into his little tirade about how sick it is, what I'm doing.
Okay. Is that what the complaint's about then?
Yeah, that is
Gifford
what the
spoke to
complaint.
you?
Yeah,
Okay.
that is what the complaint about is his
And he
professional.
instigated it with the little kid.
And
I'm sorry, say that again, I can't hear
Instigated
you.
it. He instigated it with the little kid, having the little kid interact and sit there and start on her.
I don't understand
Griffin
what
would
you
sit
mean.
there. and
well,
yeah.
I was showing her the video.
Griffin was
Okay.
sitting
I was
there
showing her the video of
instigating to the kid, saying that how sick she was. And the
And he
kid started
continued with it.
And he
How
was,
sick
he was,
were you?
he was sitting there getting the kid to tell her how sick he was. She was.
Okay.
He was.
He was
He
instigating with the
continued
kid
to
have her
escalate
do
it from
and do
that point.
Okay.
So one of the smaller children
Okay.
started to take part in what the cop was doing, what Gifford was doing, and started telling me how sick I was, and that I needed to get a life, and that I
He was
needed to
telling the
leave.
kid that.
The
Stop.
officer Gifford was saying these things, or
No.
the kid was?
The kid
Okay.
was. The kid was, because,
Gifford was saying it first,
Okay.
so he copied him.
well,
Okay. And were you there for all of this,
No,
or
I
you
was
just saw it
watching the
after the
video.
fact?
she's
from the
just a little
video?
fired
Okay.
up over it.
Okay. Sure. I'm just trying to clarify if she was an actual witness or just after the fact
No.
from the video.
It's all on video.
Okay.
And so,
Already uploaded. And...
no, I
Okay.
haven't uploaded it yet. It's like 40 minutes long.
Okay.
So I'll take these parts out that are pertinent to this complaint because there's just a lot of dead action
Sure.
in it.
And obviously, I'll review body cam and everything. to
Yeah,
get a
well,
idea of the
hopefully.
Interaction and
Because I can't see that Gifford even has a body camera. I see that Murray has one.
okay.
So I'm sorry, let me just pause here for a minute because I want to see if I see one on him. Just can't see the whole front of him really at any point to tell if he's got one on. So
I'll
anyway,
be able to find the video if he does.
well, hopefully Murray.
And was he nearby Murray as this was going on?
No, actually Murray wasn't even close.
Okay.
When this was going on, and you'll see it. So anyway,
So the complaints about how Officer Gifford.
yeah,
how Officer
and,
Gifford was
and I
speaking.
want to, and I actually want a commendation for Murray for how he ultimately handled it,
Okay.
because what he did
Mhm.
was ultimately explained the situation
Okay.
after I told him how I could help.
Gotcha.
Okay? So it was a good interaction,
That's good to hear.
right? And then I told Murray
Mhm.
that had Gifford capitalized on that opportunity and done the same thing, I would have just walked back up on the sidewalk
Okay.
and continued to record.
All right.
But no, so Gifford makes those comments to me.
Mhm.
The child starts engaging, right?
Okay.
Starts, and
Yeah.
Gifford's laughing
I see.
along with the child.
Mhm.
And he's telling the child, don't worry about it. They just do these things to get a reaction.
Mhm.
It's okay. She's just trying to get me to react. And so then the mother, of course, feeds on that.
Okay.
And she starts yelling at me again.
Mhm.
So I tried to diffuse the situation by telling her, you know, I probably could have helped you. And she said, how would you have helped me? You didn't talk to me. Well, you didn't give me a chance to talk to or explain. This guy escalated everything.
Yeah.
So that is what my complaint was ultimately about. But I do think you need to look at that body cam
I'll look into that absolutely.
very carefully, because here's another thing, policy for you guys. He took an infant
Mhm.
and put that child in the back of a running police car.
Mhm.
Pretty sure he left it unlocked.
Mhm.
Walked away from it with me standing next to that vehicle.
Okay.
Okay? This baby is screaming bloody murder in this vehicle, unattended, in a running vehicle. And if Gifford didn't know me from Jack the Ripper,
Mhm.
I could have gotten in that police car and
Okay. How
drove
far do you
away.
think they were from the vehicle when it was running?
Huh?
How far do you think they were from the vehicle?
Oh, well, he went back across the parking lot. What is that, 25 feet or so?
Or
Distracted.
Across the parking lot? Are we talking like a couple parking spaces? Or are we talking? I'm familiar with the Walgreens parking
Yeah,
lot you're talking
we're
about.
talking
so
a few
we can
parking
talk about
spaces.
a couple different rows. You could talk about the entire length of it. So.
Well, you'll
I'm just
see it in
trying
the
to
video.
clarify.
You'll see it in the video.
Okay.
I'd say 20 feet,
Okay.
okay? Regardless, he left me standing there.
Sure. I'm just trying to get an idea of the whole situation. That's all it is. So.
Okay,
Benson, how do I get a hold of you to follow up on this and get a copy of that?
I'll
video?
give you my phone number.
Yep.
It's
Awesome.
303
Yep.
301
301.
and my email.
Sure.
It's Regan.
Which would you prefer?
Well, I actually always prefer things in writing.
Okay. Sure. Go ahead. So Reagan.
It's Regan,
I'm
R-E-G-A-N,
sorry. R-E-G-A-N.
at Helping Hands for Dignity, all spelled out,
Okay. Helping Hands for Dignity.
.org,
Okay.
and hands is plural.
Helping Hands for Dignity.
Yep,
.org. Okay.
yep. So that's
I
the,
will look into it and reach
that's
out
the
to you.
complaint,
Okay.
and this was Ed's number. I would like a case number on it.
I'm gonna look into this before I pull a case number on it.
Okay,
Okay. But I will reach back out to you.
because I'd like to know that you're actually gonna look at it, okay?
Well, no, of course I'm gonna look at it.
Well,
It's
but
not something
see-
I'm gonna blow off and not do anything about. That's.
But
when I get
that's
to
not the
handle it.
history here, right? So, and I'm not saying that's you,
Sure.
but please make it trackable, because if I don't feel like this was handled properly, I'm gonna request the entire investigation file.
I deal in facts. So the first thing I'm gonna do is look at body cam video.
Okay,
And look into this. It's not that, I don't deal in emotions, so it's not about how people feel in matters like this. It's about what happened and what didn't happen.
well, that's
right?
good.
So I'm gonna look at their body camera video, and then I'm gonna look at your video that you've got.
Okay,
So whenever you get that uploaded, and I can see it on YouTube, or if you wanna send it to me, either way,
okay,
so I can see, we try to get a whole picture of everything before just opening a case. Okay?
yeah, but you guys really need to assign
Well,
something for the public to be able to track with all our new transparency laws and people taking the time to actually file these complaints
Yeah.
and being blown off or told, yeah, we looked at it, oh well, we don't care.
well, I'm
Okay.
telling you, I'm not just gonna blow this off.
Okay.
I realize it's been a while since you and I have had a contact,
Yeah.
but at the same time, has this been a horrible contact?
No, it's been great.
It's great to
You
hear.
seem to be one of the more
And
intelligent ones, and
I
I'm very
appreciate
grateful
that.
for that, because it's guys like Gifford that make your job, well, that give you job security, of course, but they continue to build distrust and create a divide. Okay, and
So I guess to build on that, has anything between our interaction done anything to build distrust between you and I?
well, I at least feel like I can come back here and have an intelligent conversation with somebody that appears to be very intent on doing a good job. Fair enough?
That's all I'm trying to do.
Okay, but I am going to hold you to it.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Of course. I'll
Take
be
care.
in touch.
All right. All right, so now we got to go over the Civic Center and request salaries and a new employee database for the entire police department. I don't remember that guy. I don't remember having any interaction with him, but he was good. He was all right, you know. They always kind of, you know.
Seemed at least concerned about it.
Well, there's smarter ones that at least know how to behave on camera,
Yeah,
right?
right.
Whether or not they
Griffin
take that
was not-
serious.
Griffin did not handle that job.
He didn't, did he?
No,
And
he handled it childishly.
yeah, you're right, MJ. And Englewood better get back on the ball, because I am going to be over here more because of what I see in this court docket and this other story that I keep working on. The man that contacted me and said that these cops beat the shit out of him over at Jason, or what's the dog park? Jason Park.
Yeah, Jason Cook.
And he was helping another gal over there, and cops rolled up on him, demanded ID. It wasn't even outside of park hours. Her heater wasn't working in her car, and they didn't even know each other. They just met each other that night at the dog park because they took their dogs over there. And she was telling him about her heater, and he's like, "Oh, let me take a look at it." And so he was laying down on the floorboard working under a dash or something. These cops rolled up on him and told him they were investigating a suspicious vehicle or burglary or some bullshit, right? And so they demanded ID. And she ID'd right away because she was scared.
Right.
He, however, did not. He stood his ground and exercised his rights. And next thing he knew, he was being tased and punched as he refused to comply with their demands to ID. So this guy sends me an email several months ago, and he's like, "Look, this really happened." And so I went and found the gal that was there with them, and she confirmed it. And so I came in here and did a request for body cam footage, and of course, it's an open investigation, so they're never going to release that, right? So I don't know, but the things I'm hearing again about Englewood PD are not good.
Shoot, you could talk to my uncle Kenny. You know him.
Oh,
my
yeah.
dog.
Yeah.
He could tell you stories of Englewood.
I could come over here. I just hang out at a public meeting, and people just swarm over me with stories about this police department.
Yep. My uncle Red was arrested by the Englewood Police Department back in the day.
Cowboy too. Cowboys, long stories with Englewood.
Shoot, I was emancipated at 13 because I didn't want to, because I wasn't going to school.
Right.
And Englewood met my mom at Flood Junior High and told my mom that she could either emancipate me or go to jail with me.
Yeah, I know that shit's true. That was
13
really
years
happening
old.
in the day.
13 Yep, 13 years old, and
Yep.
I was emancipated and charged as an adult.
Wow. Englewood wonders why they
Yep.
don't have a lot of support from the older residents here.
What was
Right?
crazy is when I was pregnant with my daughter, my math teacher, Mr. Lammer from Flood Junior High, was in Lutheran Hospital with his wife having a baby, and I was in labor, and he walked past my room and noticed me and remembered who I was. And because he spent a lot of time with me, him and Mrs. Johnson, helping me with my schooling and learning, tutoring. And he walks past me and he goes, Marjorie? Marjorie hit. I go, Mr. Lammer.
And his wife was having a baby, and so were you?
Yep.
That's rich. Englewood's a small little world of its own. I am really fascinated by old Englewood and new Englewood and how it's collided. It's been really, really interesting. And I got this city council person over here. He says in public comment. So after you give public comment, they have one city council person responds to the public comment. This guy, he said, I don't have to respond to Miss Benson. She's not a citizen. She's not a resident of Englewood.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Steve Ward. Remember that name. Yeah, MJ and I are going to the city council meeting next Tuesday or Monday.
Yep.
So we're coming over here to take care of some of that business, and I have to get a records request. I have to get a disc from the courts because I sat in on some public court hearings the other day that I am going to publish on my YouTube channel, and they're pretty disturbing. And a good snapshot of Englewood's goals with the homeless. There was a man sitting in jail, bunch of FTAs, trespassing. I listened to the whole case, and the city prosecutor puts on the record that they don't know what to do with this guy anymore because he's been warned repeatedly, essentially not to be in any public spaces in Englewood.
Yep.
And that he's had 34 cases of municipal violations. And this guy's hanging his head, and he kind of looks up. I burst into tears over this one. I can't. This stuff is just really starting to pile on.
I'm not allowed anywhere on the sidewalk from
On the path.
Cushing Park all the way to the Goodwill.
I did this wrong. We need to go up top. I know, MJ, and that's one of the topics this year that I am going to get some answers on as far as the constitutionality of area restrictions on public property. Listen,
So I can't even walk down that sidewalk.
I know, and Cowboy couldn't be anywhere near the Goodwill in a Marcos. Come on.
Marco still goes over by there to the
Well,
Goodwill.
yeah, and he should. So
He goes inside the Goodwill and shops.
this guy in jail takes a plea deal, of course,
Because he doesn't know what to do.
because he wants out. He takes a plea deal and agrees to not be in any of Englewood's public parks.
Outlaw. He is not allowed to be in Englewood. Period.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what. It's going to take somebody getting arrested and challenging that is what it's going to boil down to. But from an attorney standpoint, I literally cannot get an interpretation on this from some of the best civil rights attorneys in the state of Colorado. So this is a subject and a topic that's been going on for a long time because they're getting away with it, and it's never been challenged.
I walked down that path and I'm waiting for the day for them to
You'd be the
arrest me.
one. Yeah,
Them to
you'd be the
arrest me.
one to
I'm
they
waiting
ain't gonna
for
do
them
it
Nope.
because they are only gonna do it to people that they know they can get away with.
Yep. To people that won't challenge them and won't stand up for it.
Yep. So we're over at the Civic Center now in Englewood. We're gonna go inside here now. And let's see how Allied is behaving today, which, by the way, they have not been parking in the handicap parking. They've been exceptionally cordial and professional every time I've been in here. Really haven't felt the need to record every time I come in here, so that's kind of nice. So we need to go upstairs after we go to the courts and get that disc. So we need to make sure that we both got signed up for 5-minute public comment next Tuesday, because we both called. And then we're gonna go on the hunt for some folks. If we see any outreach we can do here, we'll definitely do that as well.
I'm so proud of my mom. So proud of her.
Your mom looks really good, actually. She really
She goes
does.
in on the first, around the first to do her.
Is she all cleared?
She just got to get rid of this cold.
Yeah.
When she gets rid
When
of
does she go?
After sometime this time. She's supposed to. They're supposed to call her any time now to have it set up.
Oh, it's kind of an on-call thing?
Yeah. She'll go. They'll set it up. They told her after the first because she wanted to wait till after Christmas.
Right.
And they said about the first or the second week into the month.
Okay.
They'll call her and set up a
Set up the time. Yeah, I
And
just
it'll be she'll stay over one night.
she'll stay one night, and
Yeah.
she's having a stent put in.
Yeah, you're going in with the cameras first
Uh-huh.
to see where the blockage is.
Uh-huh.
And they'll put the stent in the blockage if they can get in it. If it's a blockage that they can't get to, they'll pull out and stop and send her to a actual heart doctor because with actual have to have open heart surgery.
Oh,
And,
really?
yeah, because if they can't get to it, then they have to use a heart surgeon.
Oh, wow.
So,
That's major surgery for someone
yeah,
her age.
and we don't know, I don't know if she'd be able to handle it.
Weight, too.
She weighs 100.
Really? Well, she doesn't look bad, though.
No,
So,
she just got.
Dwight, how's it going? Happy Thursday.
Yeah, it's Thursday, but it's a brand new year.
It's a brand new year. Yes, it is. It is.
I got a good feeling about this year.
Good. I like that.
2024.
Share some of that.
It's
Spread.
gonna open the door for you.
Thank you. Spread that fairy dust. Okay, I'm gonna wait for you because I'm gonna have you hold my camera. So I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna respect the no recording, even though I think it's still worth challenging, but whatever. So many months ago, I wondered why a person couldn't have a chair to sit on in here. And I don't know if you all recall one time at a city council meeting, the facilities manager guy and the town and the city manager, Sean Lewis, said, yeah, we'll see about that. We'll get something done. Yeah. Well, they don't want people in here. They don't want them sitting on stuff, you know, because they might be homeless. We don't want homeless people in here. MJ's taking a Regan break. We have to, yeah, we have to do it in stages. Yeah, good point. Fucking fed up because I don't know if anybody saw that short that I did with the chief of police in Denver talking about using the jail to put people in that are refusing housing. Let's take a look at the official city notices. Okay, and so one of the things Englewood is doing here, they're using this standards of behavior in combination with a municipal code, and they're charging one of my homeless friends with these absurd park rules violations based on the standards of behavior. Englewood is up to some no good stuff right here. Okay, we've talked about the standards of behavior. This is a tier process. If you're in here and you've never seen this before, tier 1 is inappropriate behavior. It may result in a warning or immediate removal. Tier 2, it will result in a warning and immediate removal. And then you move up to this other tier. It goes from prohibited behavior to inappropriate behavior, and it's tier 1 and 2. And ultimately, literally, if you are interfering at all with any normal use of the city facility, if you smell, if you have bad body hygiene, if you have personal possessions, if you leave your personal property unattended, I don't know, I guess you set your backpack down on the floor while you hang out and rest for a few minutes. that's considered an inappropriate behavior standard in the standards of behavior. And all of this, yeah, this is nuts. All of this comes down to this, you may be banned from this building for 45 days, and it can last up to 3 years, and all this bullshit. Tier 2 is, you'll be banned for 90 days. If you've had prior exclusions in the last 3 years, you'll be banned for up to 180 days, right here in this public building where people come to do business. Yeah, read this. Right here. Unsanitary bodily hygiene, creating a nuisance to or impeding the use of a facility by others, including body odor and bugs.
Now that's discrimination.
You think?
That is discrimination.
So I was talking to you about little Miss Cat out there.
Yes.
They're using this on her out in public, in the parks. And she's
That's
got
just wrong.
a page and a half on the docket
That is wrong.
next week.
That is so wrong.
Thank you. And nobody's watching, nobody's paying attention, nobody's willing enough to take on the controversy, right?
Nobody's willing to ask her, hey, do you need help? Can we help you?
Yep,
Get-
so she's another one that we're trying to find today. I've been trying to find her for a few days. Do me a favor, just hang on to this right here. I'm gonna respect not taking the camera.
Gotcha.
Welcome inside city facilities based on the lifting of mask requirements by the Tri-County Health Department to lift the requirements to wear a mask inside city of Englewood facilities. Service animals are welcome. Person with ability cover or state
I know the feeling. I can write a book about that feeling.
Disability Act. Service animals. I wonder how you get a license to have your dog serviced. Because my mom has a little Chihuahua. And it's emotional support, so would that be a service dog? Would that be qualified as a service dog for emotional support?
Something is always going to be needed. I think you're right, buddy.
Jackets, outer sweaters, anything containing pockets, pouches, or any type of heavy metal jewelry. Weapons are kind of allowed, including personal weapons, concealed weapon permits. No toys that resemble weapons are permitted, and none are flammable objects. Additional unauthorized items include, but are not limited to, handcuffs and their keys, tools of any kind, like additional unauthorized items including, but are not limited to. What does that mean? Handcuffs and their keys, tools, and any kind of rope, chains, leather straps, alcohol, marijuana, and marijuana paraphernalia, regardless if you have a medical marijuana card. Illegal drugs are paraphernalia, markers, paint, etc. You can have markers or paint, etc. Items may be confiscated and the police will be called in. Illegal items are proceeded at the checkpoint. The guard court is not responsible for items left at the checkpoint. So if they take your stuff, they're not responsible if it goes missing, even though they took it and holding it. If you are feeling ill, please let the guard know. Do not proceed unless instructed to do so.
Okay, easy enough, so, yay. Let's just take the elevator up.
Do you know if my mom, how would my mom go about getting her dog as a
Service animal?
Yeah, because there's even, what, if it's mental.
She just needs a doctor's diagnosis, and then there's a service.
Even like for emotional support?
The whole emotional support animal thing, a lot of places aren't recognizing that anymore.
No.
If she's doing that for that apartment building, is she having to?
No.
Okay.
She just wanted to make.
She got a little Chi-Chi, didn't she?
Yeah, she got a little chihuahua.
Yeah.
He's got 3 legs. Well, he has
That's
4,
right.
but he only uses 3 because one.
She
he was
doesn't
born.
need, she doesn't need an emotional support certificate to take that dog anywhere.
Because he was born crippled. His leg is like this.
Right. How old is he?
He's 5. He's cute.
We'll have to get him and Slabby together for a play day.
Yeah, my mom, my niece got him, paid for him.
Right.
She only paid $50 for him.
She adopted him from like a rescue.
Down there at the Denver Humane Society.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Denver's?
Yeah.
Oh, right on. Okay, so we're up here to do a records
$50.
request. Good. Should be free. Hi, I need to do a records request, please.
I would go get one too, but Pipsqueak wouldn't allow it.
Have a dog already?
No, I have a cat.
Oh, cute.
She's my baby.
Sweet.
She's only 7 months old now.
That's sweet. Buffering. I don't like buffering. I wish there.
There's that little
Yeah, lack of furniture in this building is mind-boggling. Yes. Let's go sit down over here and make sure that we don't buffer. So they got these. Now remember, everybody, we're up on the 3rd floor. This is the esteemed employees only floor where you have to have a pass to use the bathroom. And it's all beautiful up here, remember? And they've got actual chairs. Right? So, do I have the same phone number still? Mexican Free Press? Listen, you bombard me with a lot of stuff that is irrelevant. Just email me, please. Please. And yes, I do have the same phone number. So, I want, well, so what we're requesting is, oh, MJ, while I'm doing this, will you go ask her to verify with the clerks that you're signed up for 5-minute public comment, right? Yeah. So, because you never really got confirmation. So we have this thing in Englewood. We really do think Judge Jefferson is a good judge in that he recognizes the need for like specialty court, if you will, without the budget. So the courts have this court navigator position, and it's apparently, I guess, become the job of the court navigator to solve homelessness in Englewood with no resources, because the city of Englewood has nothing, because they're busy giving their money away to places, to consortiums like the Tri-City Homeless Group and all of that. So So Judge Jefferson gets tasked with having to really problem solve social ills in his courtroom. And historically, he has done a wonderful job. He has made it so people can be in certain situations like MJ to get themselves into better situations instead of continuing like what Sheridan does to keep people in perpetual motion of the revolving door of jail and trying to collect fees and fines and, you know, spending all kinds of taxpayer resources to haul people to jail all the time. So we like Judge Jefferson for that. What I don't like Judge Jefferson for is his still consistent use of area restrictions. So there's this discussion going on in city council to not give the judge a raise. And so we need to look at the judge's current salary, which I think I already pretty much know, which is nowhere compared to other municipalities. Are you on?
Yes, I am very
Okay, for the 5-minute scheduled public comment? Right on, okay. So MJ wants to provide some public comment about that next Tuesday, as far as her experiences in Judge Jefferson's courtroom and the fact that the city council, well, at least one member, again, it's this Steve Ward guy, the guy that thinks he doesn't have to respond to my public comment because I'm not a citizen of Englewood. Well, guess
I
what,
am.
dude? Yeah, well, MJ is, and
I've been my whole life.
I do more in Englewood than their own citizens do. And I actually probably do a lot more for the homeless than anybody in this city outside of a few other advocates that are dedicated. And these nonprofits that are here, they're here, but they're not the end all. And they're certainly not
Out there to help out.
well, the whole housing situation,
Yeah.
right? I mean, they like to say that they're, you know, putting
They're-
people in housing.
They're helping the immigrants before they help us.
Yep, she's right. So we're gonna request some salaries. So let's. Today's the 4th or 5th?
My phone's in the car. Today's
Yes, so is mine.
today's the 5th.
Thank you.
Man was released from jail while arrested.
So this disc that I just got, I'm gonna upload these videos. You guys are shocked. You're gonna wanna watch hearings. I'm gonna start doing more of this. We have a new law in Colorado that all courts have to be online and they have to do it in a certain way. Englewood's not online yet, so like you can just log in on the computer and watch all these court hearings. But here's the stupid part. It's against the law to reproduce those hearings. So I can't record those hearings and republish them on my YouTube channel. It's still about money. You still have to go to the courts and pay them money to see it again, so you own it, even though it's already all over the internet. See, it just shows again that everything is a moneymaker.
Yep, money hungry.
Please provide the following.
James, I D-A-I-G-L-E,
Salary
Diego.
info
Diego,
for Sean Lewis,
Town Lewis.
I need to go talk to someone in the utilities department.
City Attorney Tamara Niles, and Judge Joe Jefferson. We're gonna look at those 3 salaries. addition, please provide the current employee database for the Englewood PD to include first name, last name, date of hire, position, and rate of pay. For all sworn and civilian employees. Okay. I think that's all I said we needed, right? All right. Let's put this back up there. Okay, there's that, and I'm sorry, but I'm gonna need a copy of that. Thank you, I appreciate that. Free at-home COVID test located here. We call the flu COVID now.
Everything's gonna be called COVID now.
Oh, look. Englewood Police Department has a calendar.
And then Englewood, this is create and celebrate.
And so does the city of Englewood have a calendar that they've put into print. Well, what a fine use of taxpayer dollars.
Better your community, one pair of socks at a time, by donating the socks to men, women, and children and infants.
See it,
November 15th to
hear it,
December 30th. It's already
report
over.
it. What is this, a Toys for Tots? It's the collection box?
Socks for November 15th through December 30th.
Oh, just from November to December.
December, it's already
Socks.
over. December 30th is already over.
They don't want socks after December 30th.
Yeah, what a nice socks in there.
I got a bunch of socks in the car. Those are nice socks.
Yeah, I need socks.
Yeah, I saw they posted that on their Facebook page. I asked them.
December 30th, it's over, so,
Yeah, that's kind of done,
Yeah.
right?
I'll keep the socks.
Like you never need socks.
I'll keep the socks.
Yeah, really.
Shoot, why not? It's over anyway.
Well, let's ask. I've actually got a whole bunch of socks, and I've got some cute socks for you,
Yeah.
I think, in the car. Some pink and white little women's socks. They're super cute. Thank you very much. Okay, and if there's an explanation needed for, I abbreviated, I used acronym for date of hire as DOH down there.
Oh, okay.
DOH is date of hire.
I can clarify that for you.
She should, yeah, I think she'll probably know too. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. You as well. We still can't use the bathroom up here, can we?
No, they're still currently locked.
They still currently lock out the public from the public restrooms
Ladies ones down.
on the third floor. Yeah, because we're peasants. So if you have business up here to do and you're a peasant, you got to stop your business and go use the bathroom elsewhere because you're too much of a peasant. Boy, that's all their offices. Do you remember what this third floor used to look like? They didn't have
Yeah.
all this bullshit doors, and they're so afraid. There was there was a shooting here. I'd learned about it way after the fact. And yeah, they did all this years later after. Somebody was pissed off at city government and
Yeah, and then there was
started shooting.
bombing it.
Huh?
There was threats of having someone come in with bombs,
Oh, was there?
makeshift bombs.
Yeah, we gotta go.
Like they did at the movie theater in Aurora.
Uh-huh.
You know, that kid, instead of getting the death sentence, they got a life sentence.
Nathan Dunlap?
Yep. Got sentenced to life
Yep.
instead of the death sentence.
Well, it's because Colorado repealed the death sentence here, which I got to be honest with you, I actually support that.
I do too.
I don't.
Just sit there and.
Yeah, I fully agree with that. Totally. Well, hi, Alexander. How are you? Good to see you. Thank you.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, super nice Allied Universal crew here. It's been kind of shocking. I had one that wanted to fight me. A guy. Seriously.
Are you serious?
Yeah, the dude told me to meet him outside when he got out of his uniform because he was so pissed off because he was acting a fool on camera.
Wow.
I shit you not. Yep.
I would have fucking put press charges on him.
Right? They don't care. He doesn't work here anymore, so there is that.
Yeah.
Then he had his baby mama show up out here in the parking lot.
Wait.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. She saw the camera.
Scared her away. Scared her away.
Yeah, you guys remember that one? Okay. All right, well, I know that wasn't the world's most exciting stream, and it would have been better had I done a stream while I was out there recording those cops, but I did use discretion on that deal and decided not to live stream those children. And I don't want to hear any bullshit about filming children in public. They were in public. It doesn't matter. And it's for their protection.
And you're not filming anything that's sexual or anything like that.
And they were not victims.
No.
Nobody went to jail. There was nothing going on there in public that couldn't have been made public. However, I just chose not to do that. So I do use that discretion from time to time on whether or not I'm going to live stream. It's very seldom that I don't live stream those events because, as you see, that's how they turn. But yeah, who knows? So we're going to be spending a lot more time over here in Englewood because I do have some other goals. I'm not going to be doing this direct street outreach that MJ and I are doing today. We're just doing this today for community service and to help a mother across the country that has been texting me very, very worried about her son. And she should be, and I am too. However, he was located, so we're going to drive over into that location in Denver. I'm not going to stream it because people have been a little bit weird, if you will, about showing up in places that I am. No, Joy, it's not illegal to film children in public.
No.
Not at all. So,
As long as it's not sexually.
well, yeah, I mean, exploiting children is a whole different
Nothing
ball
where they
game.
have no certain clothes on and shit like that. you
Oh,
know.
of course.
He looks so familiar.
Michael, who do you think you are trying to potty on the 3rd floor? Oh, yeah, I am in court tomorrow.
He looks so familiar.
James Daigle.
Mm-hmm.
What's the article? Littleton
Yeah,
police try to
he-
locate arson suspect.
He accidentally started a fire, causing it to create an enormous amount of money, and now they have a $2,000 fine reward for locating
to
him.
locate him.
And he had just gotten out of jail in Metro Denver. Crime Stoppers now have on his he's frequently located around Boulder and Denver areas.
He's responsible for the fire that caused $2.7 million in damages.
And it says
Oh,
right
to
here,
the building under construction.
and it says right here, he didn't remember lighting the fire after he fell asleep. He was burning candles and
Yep.
ash and plastic to stay warm.
Yep. So it was potentially an accidental fire, but now they
And
want to
they're
hunt him
charging
down.
him. Yeah, and they want to charge him.
Mm-hmm.
Legally, book it to him. Literally fucking book it to him.
Yep.
And they're giving a reward, $2,000 reward if anybody has him.
Help us find this guy.
Fuck no.
Amanda, thank you. Yeah, so I have court tomorrow. It's a pretrial conference. It'll be exceptionally boring. But the trial won't be. So make sure to tune in next week if you'd like. The trial is the 10th, and it's for the case of stupid ass O'Neill over in Denver, which, by the way, I just got a determination letter from Internal Affairs. Oh my God, you guys, Denver is such a joke, and we all know this. They literally cleared O'Neill. Well, they already cleared him of setting me up to take contraband into the jail. I don't know if I filled anybody in on that. So their determination letter states, I probably haven't because I got all this stuff last week. Their determination letter states that because they don't have a policy that says he can't do what he did, there's no policy violation. So this cop over in Denver, they arrest me. This cop over in Denver, he's all butthurt because he's on camera looking like an ass. I go in there to record my interactions, and he arrests me for recording. Shit you not. And in the process, well, that was that arrest. Okay, let me back up. He arrests me for recording. I go to jail, get out, blah, blah, blah. I go back like 10 days later to the same building because there's a public meeting, and I go in there to record that public meeting, and he arrests me again. This time he claims he's got a warrant. He went and wrote a warrant for 6 weeks prior when I was filming him stealing campers out in the wind, and the crime scene tape was blowing all over the place. He wrote a warrant for me 6 weeks later and said, I went back and watched her live stream and saw her tear down the crime scene tape. It's a bald-faced lie. It's a bald-faced lie. And they can do it. This judge signed off on this warrant with no evidence. This cop gets to put in writing, this is what I say happened. Judge signs it. I go to jail. I'm buried in the criminal justice system. And I'm going to trial for this.
I hope you are.
Yeah, on Wednesday. On Wednesday. And they're going to have to fabricate some evidence. This is going to be fascinating. So that's that case. But when he arrested me the second time, you know how I wear my wallet like that? Mm-hmm. He took my wallet from me and went through it. There were no other cops back where they had me in the holding cell over the District 3 station. Do you know where that's at University and I-25?
Yeah.
There's a cop shop over there. And they had me in a holding cell back there. And this fucker comes back into this holding cell with $16 cash out of my wallet. Just him and I. And he slams it down on the metal sink. And he winks at me and he's like, this money's yours. Make sure you take it with you. And I'm thinking, what the fuck did he do that for? He set me up for something, right? Mm-hmm. He's got all my property out in the hall, but he goes through my wallet looking for that cash.
No shit.
Right? Okay. So about an hour goes by, and another cop is going to take me to the jail. Another cop is going to transport me to the jail. And I'm raising hell about that money. I'm like, what are you fucking doing, O'Neill? What are you trying to set me up with? Blah, blah, blah. Well, this other cop comes into the cell and he's like, why is that cash sitting there on the sink? I said, I don't know. Go ask your boy O'Neill what the fuck he's trying to do. And he looked and then he left and he came back and he's like, okay, I'm going to transport you to the jail. I'm like, all right. So I took that money off the sink and I stuffed it right here in my bra. Mm-hmm. And pretty soon here comes O'Neill again. And we're walking to the police car so he can take me downtown. And I start ripping into O'Neill. I'm like, what the fuck you doing with my money? You trying to set me up, you fucking piece of shit, right? And I'm ripping into him in front of this other cop. That other cop stops and he goes, ma'am, if you take that into the jail, it will be considered contraband. You need to take that out and put it in your property. I said, really? Really, O'Neill? And O'Neill's standing there, and he's just looking like this. He doesn't say a fucking word, right? I file a complaint on him. They cleared him. They cleared him for doing that.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
They put in
Fucking
writing.
dirty ass fucking cops.
Yep. They put that in writing, that there wasn't a policy that forbids him from giving me my money to take to the jail after he's already taken all of my property. Yeah. So that's that case. That's coming up Wednesday. And then the other case for recording in the lobby, there'll be a motions hearing on that in March and trial sometime after that. I can't remember. So, yeah. So we just keep fighting. We just keep fighting the dirty fucking cops. And thank goodness I'm still alive. I mean, that's all I have to say, right? I mean, we've lived through a lot of stuff, and we're not, we haven't been maimed or...
No, I don't have a name. I'm a transient.
No, I mean, like, beaten. At least
right,
we're alive
right.
and not injured, and
Shoot.
we're still here to tell
I
about
remember as a kid, I got into fights when I was a kid. Like all of us kids do.
Uh-huh.
Well, me and my very best friend that was from elementary school, we were in kindergarten all the way up to Flood Junior High. We were up and we got up to the top of the Flood Junior High on the roof.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what the hell happened, why she did what she did, but she sat there and all of a sudden, here's these birds that go by. And she just looks at me and she goes, I comply. She went face first into a tennis court. They tried to charge me with her
Oh
murder.
my God, MJ, that's horrible.
I fought that for 4.5 years, fighting that case.
As a juvenile?
They tried to charge me with her murder, saying I pushed her.
Oh my God.
Me and her, we still have our handprints. Our handprints from elementary school are still in Cushing Park when they first laid that
Really?
sidewalk. I went through a lot of psychiatric help with that one, man. That one tore me up.
That's terrible. That is terrible.
I knew she was having problems at home and that.
Was she using drugs and experimenting with stuff at the time? Or
Nope.
that you know of, right?
That I know of, yeah. We spent a lot of time together, and I've never seen her do anything. She was on medicine. She was on medicine.
Oh, she was?
Yeah, she had medicine for depression.
Uh-huh.
And her mom had passed away prior 2 years before that. And I don't know, she just looked at me and she said she could fly. And I couldn't grab her fast enough.
Holy shit, did you see it coming?
I tried grabbing her.
Oh, wow. That's tough. I didn't know that, MJ. Ay. I'm sorry. Yeah, that starts kind of a vicious cycle of trying to understand.
But that Englewood
whys.
was always after me. Always.
Yeah?
Every fight I got into, everything I did at school, anything, they were always at me. I was a trouble kid with Englewood.
Mm-hmm. And the more they tell you that you're a troublemaker, the more you show them.
Well,
Yeah.
just when I got arrested for camping.
Yeah.
And everybody watched it. Everybody watched it. I have a broke back. And the cops literally jerked me so hard. Sad Boy and everybody watched it. And they were hollering at him, that's messed up. You're not allowed to do that. You can't do that.
That was before our river sweep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't
That's
know
when
you
we were
then.
in that tunnel.
Yeah.
And they had jerked me so hard. And instead of calling me Miss Winters, they called me Miss Hit.
Really?
I was like,
Your
you can't do
maiden
that. You
name?
cannot do that. You cannot bring up my old records. That was swiped when I was 18. You cannot do
That's
that. I
some
am Miss
bullshit.
Winters.
There are some dirty ass old time cops over here in Englewood. I'm gonna when I get this database, I want to show you this database, and I want you to see if there's names of cops that you still recognize.
I know
on this database.
one cop that I know I recognize. I can't remember I know his name. if I
Doug
see
Douglas or whatever cowboy
Yes.
dogs call him.
him. Yes.
He's the older guy with the white,
Yes.
right?
Yeah. And then the chief with the dark brown hair here in Englewood. He has dark brown hair. He's
Well,
one of
the chief
chiefs.
now is Collins. Or, no, it was Collins, right? Now it's, oh, what's his name?
He had dark brown. This guy has dark brown hair and a dark mustache.
Super tall?
Kind of tall. Skinny.
I get names all mixed up. But yeah,
Yeah.
when I get that database, I want you to look at that. So I should have that before the meeting, hopefully on Monday, and I'm going to show that to you. So at any rate, you guys, thanks for being in here. Thanks for hanging with us. It's kind of nice to just get in on a chat. I see Irish Rover's slamming his gavel down on somebody. Thank you, my friend, for doing that. Yeah, Joy, I don't know if I get a bootlicking jury or not, but I'm willing to take my chances. I mean, it's going to be pretty black or white, but yeah, you never know, right? So we'll see. I guess the city's willing to take it to trial. Michael, thanks for being in here. And yeah, I'll update you guys. We'll be at the city council meeting on Tuesday, the night before my trial. Yeah. So I'll give you some more updates as they come by. But I'm just kind of enjoying some downtime and just doing some little things that just make a difference on a one-on-one basis, like what MJ and I are doing today. So I'm just very grateful for that. So
And I am too.
yeah, I like her a lot. She's my sister. Bye, guys. Thanks for being here.
Bye, guys.